What up, YouTube? This is just a quick diagnostic on this Malibu here. This is what, 2013, I think, something like that. Anyway, there's a couple different issues going on with this car. A lot of the times they're in parallel or perpendicular to each other, or they're a byproduct of a different source. Sometimes you might have one source that begotten all of the peripheral codes or issues. Sometimes you might have parallel issues that are in parallel to each other and perpendicular that has its own separate source. Take, for example, the electronical side of this discrepancy here has a source being battery. But when you're dealing with battery, you're dealing with alternator. Those two, they go together. Now, that discrepancy electronically is throwing off pretty much everything else. Fuel, cams, all of the electronicals that depends on that voltage reference, they're all misbehaving, malfunction. So the first thing to do, first place to start as far as the trajectory, the auxiliary battery, the alternator. Not only that, so that's one source issue. The other source issue is it's giving signs of a blown head gasket, slightly, not super exhaust gases coming from there, because I did that and it's not to where it's like, oh yeah, blown head gasket. Like, it's just, however, the oil is definitely compromised and it's not 100% oil anymore. It's watered down a little bit. The camera's not gonna do it any justice, but oil is not supposed to really do that when you take out the dipstick. It's supposed to be like more lubricant, and it's just not. It's just watered down, and that's what it looks like when oil gets, coolant gets in your oil. It looks kind of like that, and you can tell if it's not. You can tell if it's a lot or not that much. It's not that much. However, the compromisation of the oil allows the fail-safe system to shut down the engine, saving the block from catastrophic failure. And so that's kind of the situation he's in right now with this car. But that's where we would start. We would start with the auxiliary battery, then a process to get the oil and water mixture out the block, and then a sealant procedure. Not all sealants, and no, you don't just throw it in the block. There's a procedure, there's a process for it to work correctly. And yes, it does work. I only use what works. But anyway, that's the procedure I'm going to recommend for him, for us to do. And the complementary water pump thermostat's going to be done. The flush, now I'm going to call it a flush out the block, but the oil and water in the block and the sealant on the heads and the auxiliary battery replacement, he should be good to go. But that's just too good to go. But then we have the valve covers, all the peripherals that we're going to get to. But this is just the source. Like I said, entertainment education video. You know what I'm saying? YouTube.